Boom. Welcome back. It's a Thursday night triple threat. We are the Pre-PLE for your professional wrestling love. We're out here with Big Mike's in the house, SP3D in the house. What's up, Sped?
What's up?
In here. All right. So we are here, and what we do, and if you guys are joining us for the first time and you're not aware of how we roll, we preview and we recap PLEs, man. So the PLE, the day Thursday before the PLE or the Thursday after or both, we're here breaking it down with fantasy booking. We're talking about storylines, with future projections. We're doing it all on this show, but it's all supposed to be the positive outlet for the IWC. We know a lot of bad stuff is going on out there. A lot of people are using wrestling for a platform for hate and a bunch of other stuff. This is your positive one-stop, baby. Come out here and get professional wrestling, talk about childhood stories coming up back in the days and your favorite storylines from back in the days, your Mount Rushmore, everything about professional wrestling we love. We talk about it over here. Safe space, man. So come on here and join us. Check us out on YouTube at They Call Me Mr. U. Of course, on Big Mike's YouTube channel and Speds. You'll be able to see professional wrestling and get the links to this show. So thank you for joining us. And of course, we simulcast on all of our social medias, Facebook, Twitter machine, Instagram, whatever it is. We still, or even TikTok, as a matter of fact. So we're still just simulcasting wherever you are on social media. Thank you again for joining us. Speds, our new face in the house, brother. How you guys doing tonight? All love?
Dessert.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hearing fireworks right now, so.
Yeah, well, it's going to be that all night, brother. Out here, even in the morning, at 8 o'clock in the morning, they cranking it up again. So it's going to be.
And then all weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
So, guys, forgive all the bang bang and the pow pow you're going to be hearing in the background. We can't stop that part. It is what it is. But this show's going to go on, man, and we're going to have fun tonight, man. So, Speg, we seen you here. Glad to have you aboard, brother. And Big Mike, how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Kind of the same here in fireworks. Ready for some wrestling coming on, man.
Yeah. Like I said, it's going to be bang bang and pow pow all night long, man. It is what it is. All right, got some folks jumping in. Lady Alpha. Hey, y'all. So faithful. Lady Alpha's always in the house.
What's going on, Lady Alpha?
Loves wrestling, and I think she loves us too, I hope. So she's out here with us hanging. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, dear. I appreciate you so much. Lady Alpha said, my next door neighbor set them off. My anxiety is through the roof. LOL. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I wish I can stop him. What I want him to do is stop aiming at my solar panel. That's what I want him to do.
I feel that.
Straight up in the air is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Most, right? Straight up in the air. Don't aim it in the distance. Not at my panels. Every time on July 5th, I go outside to my yard and guess what I'm seeing? Firecrackers dangling from the panels. Be responsible out there, y'all. Be responsible. And in some places, there's a drought out there. So think about that before you start setting them on. It's Arizona for one place. Just plenty more. All right. Lady Alpha chime in. I love y'all more than the rest. Well, love you back, girl. Thank you so much. All right. So we got a lot to get into. But before we do our preview for, or I should say our recap for Forbidden Door, just off at the top, we're going to give a letter grade to it. What was your letter grade for Forbidden Door? Why are you shaking your head, man? Give me some letters, man.
Listen, I've only seen the highlights. I didn't get to see the whole thing. You know, I had 5 kids in this house that day, so it was hard. It was very hard.
What you got going on over there? It's okay.
I had my nieces and nephews over.
I know,
from Georgia. Yeah,
I
had them over from Georgia, and I hung out with them. I don't get to see them that much. Yeah.
So are you punting on the letter grade, or you want to go ahead and give us something based on what you did see?
Well, what I saw, it wasn't bad. Actually, I liked the Swerve versus Will Ospreay match. Gained a lot of respect for Will Ospreay in that match. But I saw those highlights. I was like, damn, that's nice. But, I mean, I'm not a fan of Jack Perry spitting on a title that you're trying to get a contract with again, you know, for TV rights. So, I mean, but if it, you know, tooks TNT's horn, then whatever, that's cool. But that whole elite thing, I'm not whatever. You know, a team AEW should beat him pretty easily, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I'm not a big fan of Jack Perry either. I get it though. All right, Big
And I
Mike.
don't know many people that are.
Yeah, well, all right.
It's just he lost all credibility after that video came out. It's just
It killed it. I mean, I wasn't a
did.
fan of Jungle Boy either, but I felt like
I liked it.
they did it right. They did Jack Perry the way he is right now, and they did that after the Jungle Boy situation without making it a elite thing and a CM Punk thing. I felt like it would have been fine. It would have worked.
It would definitely work.
It was due for a heel turn, so it
yes, he was.
Turn on Luther would have been better, but that's not what happened. But a CM Punk video that wasn't good.
Well, you could have done the scapegoat thing a different way. I mean, you could have had an angle where he accidentally hits Tony Khan and Tony Khan suspends him for a whole ordeal, and he's they make the guy who hit him into AEW champion or TNT champion, I should say. Sorry, because I don't think he's AEW champion material right now. You're not going past Swerve or Will Ospreay after that match, But if you would have done some different angle, the scapegoat thing would have worked. But this whole scapegoat thing just seems like it's just forced, like it was forced down everybody's throat. He's the guy that got CM Punk out of here basically when there was actually more than just that going around,
Okay. Well, there's a lot to that. Now, off the air, we were talking about a gentleman that we'll be discussing shortly on our next preview. And you guys were talking about how he didn't do much with the opportunity that he had. But I gotta play devil's advocate a little bit on some of this, because some of that stuff is not the wrestler's fault. They're not always in creative control like Sasha Banks is. You know what I'm saying? They don't have options like that.
Yeah.
Because they didn't win a title, it's not really on them. You know what? You weren't good enough to win a title. You know how that works. That's not how things work.
Yeah.
So in this particular case right here, I give Jack Perry props, because after the situation was going on with the controversy or the scandal, whatever, he went over to Japan and he was tearing it up.
He was.
He was. Credibility. He had an incredible storyline angle, and he was out there working and putting in work and looking good too. So it tells me that he has the stuff. He can do it.
But it hasn't turned yet to the AEW side. It seems like he's being overshadowed. You got the Young Bucks, and I'm forgetting this other guy's name right now.
Okada. How you gonna forget? You can't forget the Rainmaker.
Listen.
Off of the show, brother.
I'm sorry. My bad. But you got the title on him looks amazing. That gold all the way around looks beautiful. But especially with the suit, you got all three of these guys overshadowing what he's doing. Oh, I'm sorry. I got my hand in front of the camera. Sorry. You got these three guys overshadowing. I'm sorry.
We're just having fun talking. Relax. Are you so angry?
I'm not angry.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Hey, we're just some friends talking about wressling. That's all.
What are we doing?
But like you got all three of these guys. They're overshadowing what he's doing right now.
But they have to, man. You can't put him over them guys. None of them.
You can put him over the
Bucks have nuclear heat. Like everything since that whole Sting incident, they got nuclear heat. You can't put Jack Perry over that. Jack Perry is the fourth wheel. He's going to be that as long as he's in that group. And if they add a fifth person, he'll be the fifth person. And they might do that for his next pay-per-view. They might add a fifth member of the elite. He'll be the fifth person in there. You can't help that part.
I know, but it's
either break him away or let him be complimentary for a while and build up some heat. That's all you can do with him. There's no other option.
No, you're right. I can't argue with that.
Yeah. If I was writing it, I wouldn't even put him in a situation where he'd be doing what he was doing in Japan, because it's not. You got to build that.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not right now. But all right, we jump into Forbidden Door. I'm gonna drop the graphic of all of the matches, so we don't have to try to remember what it was, because I will fail at that test for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But for those that are listening and watching us, This is what we do. We have fun with it. So don't be intimidated if you don't watch wrestling a lot and you don't know a whole lot of things. It's totally fine. If you have a question, ask it. No such thing as a dumb question. We will answer it. If you have a question about what we're talking about, drop it in the comments. We have no problem answering that. This is not just our show, it's your show too. So take the time, ask questions, drop some comment, show some love, whatever you want to do out here. So don't be intimidated. You know you guys are watching. We can see you. Just go ahead and jump in. Let us know what you think about the show and us and the topics that we're talking about, right? So just go ahead and have fun with it. That's what we're going to do tonight. All right, so guys, look, I know that I think that me and Mike, we didn't have time to do our grades because it just happened last weekend. But Big Mike, what's your grade for this PLE right here, man? Overall, how you feeling?
I mean, for Forbidden Door, the matches, I mean, it was an A. I mean, they always put on great matches. I mean, we talked a little bit about it. I mean, you can say a lot of things about AEW, but you can't say they don't give you your money's worth on a pay-per-view. You know, if you're going to pay 60, 75, whatever money, they're going to give you your money's worth. So, I mean, for that, you know, in ring, they're definitely an A. You know, there wasn't a ton of story coming through like we talked about because it is Forbidden Door. But I mean, all the stuff with Tony Storm and Mina and Mariah May was really cool. How they kind of ended together. Mariah May winning earlier on, so you're kind of leading what could be with those two going forward, where it kind of turns out on its head. So there's some future storyline. You know, the Swerve and Ospreay match, which was really good. I mean, I watched a lot of that.
Fantastic.
Those two aren't going to put on a bad match, but now and then especially, you know, coming out of that, where you hear, you know, a lot of that was Ospreay's idea. He could put Swerve over. That way, a lot of the questions, you know, with him going into Wembley aren't there. I would imagine there's going to be another contender for Wembley, and then Ospreay's going to have another match, looking like MJF. You know, some of the stuff that's been going on. But I mean, for him to be able to go in there and say, "Look, I want to put Swerve over," that way everybody can quit saying, "I'm just going to come in Wembley and win all the belts." I thought that was really cool. You know, to add to the story after that. So that was really cool. But I mean, they're never going to put on a bad wrestling pay-per-view.
Okay, a couple of things I want to jump in here with before we get into our recap. Guys, get your notes ready and whatever. I'm gonna hand you guys the mic momentarily. First thing, I think this was an A as well, and the reason, and I don't always say that about these pay-per-views because a lot of times they get past what they do best. And I've had arguments on Twitter about this. You guys can chime in there, but I feel like they do actual wrestling better than anybody else is doing right now. And by anybody else, I'm talking about the WWE. I'm not talking about New Japan. That's a little bit different. That's a different level. But AEW does fantastic with the actual wrestling. They're not great at building stories the way WWE is. They do good, but it's not great. And WWE can do that like nobody's business. When you're watching the PLE and you get the story, you know what's going on. It's been building for sometimes years. And they got pictures, videos they piece together. It's a long story and it works. AEW is trying to figure that out. This wasn't A because of the wrestling, like we talked about last week, Mike. There wasn't a whole lot of build for these stories, so it was hard to get invested in that. So if you just love pure, straight up wrestling, they had that, so it was fantastic. Your comment about Swerve and MJF, I really hope that that's not what we're looking at right now. I hope we don't see that right now, because
I think it's going to be Ospreay and MJF. Not Swerve. I think Swerve will have somebody else.
I thought it was what you said. I was hoping it's not.
Yeah,
it's not a good thing because the turn that happened on Dynamite, that was really, really intense. I think if it didn't do good numbers, I'd be surprised. It was really, really very, very well done. I'm sitting there thinking, we just got finished. He just got back off an injury. Who put him out, you know, to injure him theoretically? Who injured him? You guys remember? Adam Cole and his boys.
That's right. The whole devil angle. That's right.
So we're not going to see. This is another pet peeve that I have, and guys can chime in on that. I'll tell you about it in a moment. But now MJF is full blown, not anti-heel. He's full blown heel turn. If you didn't watch Dynamite, you see at the end, Daniel Garcia.
Oh yeah. Oh,
blown,
man.
no question about it. So now you got a story that you're not going to finish. You're not finishing that Undisputed Kingdom story now because the kingdom is not going. They're not going faith. Them heels to their heart. So now you're probably going to have these guys not deal with the issue that put MJF out on injury for all these months. It's like, and the reason why I think that's happening is because these guys got so many people in this organization, so many mouths to feed that they can't even keep it together. They got to make changes. Guys go face and heel, left and right, over and over and over again. How many times has Moxley been face and heel in here? 1,000 times. Bryan Danielson, 1,000 times. Claudio Castagnoli, 1,000 times. They keep going back and forth. They ain't sure what they want to do. Now Swerve doing this. It's like Monet doing the same thing now, but the fans turned on us, and now she's just going straight up heel. Now it's like, what we got going on in this match? She was a face in this match, supposedly. Now she's a heel on Wednesday night. So they don't know what they want to do. So it's like you got all these stories that you're not finishing, and it's not a good look. And you wonder why the ratings are so low, because the wrestling fans, pure, straight up, authentic wrestling fans, care about story too. They care about not being made a fool of. They want to know that, you know what, we are watching you. We can see what's going on. We're not dumb. People may say we are, but we're not dumb. We're intelligent. We see what's going on, and we see you're not finishing what you start. That could be a really bad endpoint for the AEW, because they're not finishing what they start. They're killing stories and they're not finishing them. Orange Cassidy, I see it, his face on the screen. Another person whose story is not finished. I don't know what they're even going to get to it.
No.
And they got him involved with something else. And I'm like, finish what you started. Have a begin. Who reads the book? Reads the introduction. Reads the foreword. Reads the first chapter.
The prologue.
They go to the ninth. It goes to the prologue. It's the 9th chapter. Only 10 chapters in there, and you don't finish the 10th chapter. That's weird.
Yeah.
You want to finish what you start. These guys are not doing a good job at that, and I feel like it's going to come back and bite you at some point in time if you don't do that. But what are your thoughts on what I said? Was I totally off? Was I right? What do you think?
I think that's what the wrestling community's been arguing about for the last 3 years now going on. Everybody wants to see guys like MJF finish what happened against Adam Cole. Hell, I mean, I would love to see, Brian Danielson. Yeah, I was gonna call him Daniel Bryan. I would love to see him and Moxley finally turn on each other and finally have.
I don't want that, man.
Oh, come on, you would have a great story and a great match between good wrestlers.
I don't want that. Oh, no.
Those two would kill each other in the ring. It'd be amazing.
I know, but I don't want that. I want them to stay together forever. I don't want that to happen. You're probably right, but I definitely don't want that to happen, man. For sure, seriously. But I mean, now I'm kind of biased in what I'm saying this for a couple of reasons. One, because, and this is not bragging, it's just kind of logistics. I've been watching this product for 40-something years. So the story always mattered to me. On top of that, I'm a writer by trade. So when I write, I have to deal with story build, and because the books or even the articles aren't gonna make much sense if I don't have momentum and plot twists and kind of building the article from the bottom to the top. So those things matter to me. So when they don't do that, it's really weird to me, and it makes me wonder if these guys back here in creative actually know what they're doing, or they just kind of just spitballing and figuring it out as they go along. You know what I'm saying?
2012 to 2018, 2020. Sorry, remember how bad that was in WWE, where they were just like, okay, today we're gonna throw Kane out there to push Zack Ryder off the stage just for no reason,
Oh, radio, tell me everything you know. All right, we got some comments jumping in. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of those. We're gonna go ahead and go right into our recap of Forbidden Door. So get your eyes on the match you want to talk about real quick right after these comments. Lady Alpha said, I always thought that WWE was far more theatrical than the others. That's no lie. You are absolutely spot on. Excellent analysis, Lady Alpha. They're definitely more theatrical. I wish that would work out well for a 3-hour show like Raw. You got 3 hours. Gosh, what are you going to do all the 3 hours? Backstage discussions. That's what we want, right?
I hate that, man. I was telling my wife about that. Like, why are we wasting time with freaking what's going on backstage? I don't care. Yeah. Yeah,
We
what
got
was her?
3 hours. We don't want an hour of you talking.
That's what it is.
So this is Herbert chiming in. Thank you, Herb, for joining us, man. We love you and we appreciate you, brother. That Mike left. I'm sad.
That's all right. I'm back. Sorry, I had some technical issues. Had to fix some. I was hearing everything twice in my ear, so I had to drop out to fix that. We're good now. But yeah, kind of like I said last week, I think Triple H even said, WWE is not a sport; it's a TV show about a sport.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a lot more theater in WWE than you do. And AEW was built on trying to be more of a sport based show. I mean, obviously it's still scripted, but they try to focus more on the sports, and that's one of the cool things about the alternative. Is they don't go as much into the theatrics, and sometimes they do, but not as much. Yeah. But that's one of the cool things about the alternative, and it's like we've said from the beginning, Mr. U, it's okay to like both. You don't have to hate one and to like the other. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, that's definite. That's a definite difference, and that's a good catch by Alpha there. That it is very much theatrical in WWE, and that's by design.
Without question, Lady Alpha just said what everybody was already thinking. Yep. All of watching y'all's bromance at the Herb and Raj podcast. Of course, you guys can find our brothers in podcasting every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Really awesome work. These guys, they got incredible chemistry. They're brothers. That makes sense, but it's not always automatic. But they have incredible chemistry, man. And if college football is a discussion, they're gonna blow it out of the water. They got something to do with a pigskin. They're gonna knock it out of the park. You know what I'm saying? So they do a fantastic job over there. Please check them out. Check them out on YouTube at the Herb and Raj podcast. Check them out. And Raj is chiming in. That's one half of the Herb and Raj podcast I was just talking about. Evening, brother. Thank you again for joining us, man. Appreciate you so much. All right, so before we get into the rest of our comments, what do we got going on here with Forbidden Door? I got a couple of matches that kind of just hit me, but beside that, they were really good. I don't really have a situation like, oh, this match was bad. I have. I'm not going to kill her. She put on a good match. I just can't take her anymore. I'm just kind of done with it. Maybe I'll share who that is as we move on. But right now, I'm gonna just keep my lips closed. But all right, so what are you guys thinking? Was there a match in particular that jumped out, or is there two matches? How are you feeling?
Well, I mean, the two I mentioned earlier obviously stuck out. If I had to say another one that really, I mean, having MJF coming back, especially with everything going on with him now and after Dynamite, having him come back and put on a really good show. The company's always better with that guy because he's probably your top draw, regardless. So having him come back and have a good match, like I said, I don't know who Hechicero is because whatever the promotion is, whether it's CMLL or if he's New Japan, yeah. So I wasn't familiar with him, but I mean, MJF's always going to put on a good match, and then coming in this Wednesday, turning full heel, going on Daniel Garcia like he did, was really cool.
That was actually pretty cool.
That was brutal.
So, but I mean, yeah.
Your matches was Swerve and Ospreay, and what was your other match?
Tony Storm and Mina Sakura. The storyline there. I mean, really, the two that have the most story, as you've come to learn about me, I'm huge on stories. So my two favorites were obviously the ones that actually had the most story in it.
Spirit, how about you, brother? Anything jump out at you, even if it's just
I did like the Jack Perry match. But the one I really liked was the IWGP World Heavyweight Title match. Moxley versus
that's Mike, man. Look.
How you say his name?
Sped. Look. Listen to me. You hear me? Listen to me. Okada and Naito are legends in New Japan.
Oh yeah.
I don't even care about nobody else. You need to give Naito and Okada's name right. You can get the first one right. At the very least, get Okada and Naito right. Come on, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'll get this ready. I'll get this right. I'll get this right.
Ric Flair's name. You know, this is like who that guy again with the robe on?
I'd be doing that. I would be doing that actually.
You know who Ric Flair is, but don't play.
But listen. That match to me stood out more than the Ospreay Swerve match.
Wow,
those two put on a freaking listen. When you think of the IWGP, you think of hard hitters. Okay, you think of King of Strong Style. You think of son of a bitch. I'm gonna mess up his name too. He was Omega's tag team partner.
I had to beep you, man.
Yes,
I
you're
don't
gonna
have
have
a
to beat me up. You beep beep. Yeah. All right. So
Please.
listen. You need a guy in the IWGP that resonates strong style. And that's what they got now. They don't got the extreme Jon Moxley anymore. They finally got a champion. Now, no offense to Jon Moxley. He's a great champion and whatnot. But that match stood out more than Ospreay putting over Swerve, which was beautiful. Don't get it twisted. The match was great. Loved it. Fantastic all the way up and down. I'll put it up there in my top 20. Yeah, easy. Top three this year.
Wow.
Top 3. Easy.
Wow.
But
praise.
Moxley, the IWGP finally got a champion. Moxley can finally come back to AEW, do his thing, and not worry about traveling 100, thousands of miles away.
That's all this was about, too.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I loved about it. That's what I loved about this match more than anything. They finally got that strong style feel of a champion who's going to take them to the next level. And don't get it twisted, but Moxley can come back and focus on either the TNT or the AEW, get his AEW title back, and that's his title. I don't care what anyone says.
And I wouldn't mind seeing that. At Wembley, the next pay-per-view, I wouldn't mind seeing Swerve and Moxley go.
That would
be a really good match.
Dave Meltzer would be throwing stars left and right, man. Yeah.
And then you could also go forward on that if you have Daniel Bryan win the Owen and have Moxley beat Swerve there. You've got Moxley and Daniel Bryan.
Listen, that would be a beautiful match. AEW is all about throwing on the best matches.
I don't want to miss it. See, you know what? Know this? Y'all spoiled. Y'all spoiled, man. When there's something good going on and the organizations kind of just ruin it, you're used to it now.
Yes.
You think it has to happen. It does not have to happen. But the Blackpool Combat's up and stayed together for 20 years.
But see, that's the cool thing about the BCC is they can go and fight, but they'll still be in the they're not that's a group that's going to break up over a fight like that.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of the BCC. They can go have that match,
a world title,
and not break up.
A world title. Oh yeah.
Well, because they're built on competition.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's how staples get destroyed. But I same mentality. Oh man, we all keep on fighting, and one guy got side-eyed. Before you know it, the whole thing's over with.
He's getting flashbacks. He's getting flashbacks to Hogan Nash. The back. Yeah, that's what he's thinking is about to happen
tonight. Sorry, no, I ain't gonna let you do it. Leave the BCC alone. Next topic. Right. So Swerve and Ospreay. I love it for one reason and one reason only, because they elevated the Swerve. Because I didn't think it was going to happen. I'll just be honest. I ain't got no conspiracy theories, nothing like that. I didn't see it happening. And Swerve held his own against somebody who was considered by some to be the very best in the entire wrestling business. And Swerve stood up, no sneaky stuff on the side. He straight up wrestling match, and he hung with him. He deserved it. I'm so excited for him. I'm glad to see him get that shot, which is why I don't want to see him facing Moxley anytime soon. Or Brian Dennett. I know what they're going to do to him. They're going to take that belt off of him. I don't want that anytime soon.
I don't know.
Okay, so hold on. I'll ask you this. If it's not Moxley or not Brian, who does Swerve face at All In your opinion? If it's not one of those two guys, who does he face?
You gotta serve somebody up like they do for everybody else. They want to protect. Gotta serve somebody else up.
Here comes Wardlow.
It can't be John.
Here comes Wardlow.
And it can't be NJF right now.
He's telling them serve him up. Throw Wardlow in there.
Where is he even at right now?
I don't know. I really don't.
Who knows?
So,
that guy's been fumbled so many times.
Here's a suggestion. This is a suggestion. I think this guy is awesome, but I don't think he's taking the title.
Who?
Like on his name, Takahashi.
Okay.
I'm looking at his name. Yeah, I think that's a good situation for them. There's already history between the Swerve and the Callis family. I think that that would be a good situation, because I think that Niska has done enough to warrant a title shot. Surprised he hasn't had one yet. But I said Takahashi. Takeshita.
Tanahashi.
That's what
Takeshita.
That's what I meant.
Yeah,
I think he should get. I think he should get the shot at it. I think it'd be an incredible match, probably a 5-star deal, big power game from Takeshita, and you got the outside interference factor blended in there too. I think it'd be an awesome match. I don't think anybody be like, "Oh, this is a horrible match." I think it'd be good because you need to give Swerve a good run. You can't serve all these big names that quick. It's just not. It's not a good recipe. I would say let him get a shot at it. I think it'd be pretty good. Do you agree? Disagree? What do you think about that?
I could see that because they've got the story, with Ospreay just coming through and him leaving the Callis family. They could come in the storyline saying that they blame Swerve for him leaving Callis, so he sends Takeshita after him. I could see that happening.
I would love that match personally. I would love that. All right. The only other thing that I don't, I'm struggling with Monet, man.
I figured that's where you were going with that.
No. Listen, I would take Monet over Britt Baker any day.
See, I like Britt Baker a lot more than I like Monet. I think Britt Baker's the future of that company. And she was. I guess
the question is who's the most annoying?
Killing it.
Britt.
Who's the most annoying? Britt's not the most annoying, man. It's not the most.
To me, man, Monet's probably. I'm not a huge fan of hers. I respect her.
Yeah,
I respect everything she's done. She's one of the best in the world, but I don't like the character.
No, I just never.
I don't know if we can see anything else about this pay-per-view. Is there anything else that we can talk about? I feel like I've hit the.
I don't see anything else. I think that's pretty much it.
I really want Chris Statlander to do some stuff out here.
Well, Orange Cassidy.
I think they're going to do that based on that match of Dynamite. I think the way it ended, I think they're going to keep on protecting her and give her a nice run. I like it, so I'm excited about that part. Orange Cassidy, don't get me started. Zack Sabre should have destroyed that man. It shouldn't even been as easy as it was. But
at least he picked up the win, so the right person won that match at least.
That didn't happen. I was ready to get on hand and say some stuff. Definitely. All right, got another comment from the Herb and Raj podcast. He said, "LOL, I love Mike. Mike loves Raj. Raj loves himself." It sounds like a really weird mathematical problem. It sounds like algebra. I love Mike. Mike
See, it sounds like a triangle, but it's not necessarily a triangle because Raj kind of loves himself, so it goes back in instead of coming that third leg across. So it's a really weird shape.
I'm not sure. It's like A plus B equals C kind of thing going on here. It's like algebra. Like, I love Mike. Mike loves Raj. Raj loves himself. The circle kind of ends with Raj loving himself. It doesn't continue on to.
So you've got like the top leg, then it's just Herb to me, then me to Raj, but then that bottom leg doesn't come in because it stops at Raj. So it's not necessarily a triangle because it doesn't have the floor.
But it's a lot of things you guys got to work through. It could just be me, but there's some things you guys might need to work through. There's some stuff going on there. You got to figure out.
And see, I love them both. That's why I'm at the top of the triangle because my love goes both.
The top of the triangle.
Herb doesn't like that. He thinks I don't like him for some reason, which I mean, I've hung out with Herb a lot more than I've hung out with Raj. So, I mean, that's probably a discussion for another day in front of a therapist.
Maybe it's the case of the forbidden fruit. It's what you didn't have that.
Should we get Dr. Shelby on the case?
I'm somebody. This sounds pretty deep, but I don't know what's going on with that. But okay, so let's get in the heat wave.
Yep.
No graphics today for that. Had some serious computer issues today, so we're going to just highlight the matches.
Plus, I haven't seen any graphics for it. I don't think WWE's put one out yet.
I mean, not a full card, which is like, isn't it on Saturday?
Sunday.
That's on Sunday.
Because
we've got Money in the Bank on Saturday.
Today's Thursday, correct?
Yeah. I tried to look through and I could only find 3 matches, like a graphic for 3 of the matches. And so, I mean, they don't even have graphics for all the matches out.
It's annoying. I'm going to go ahead and run them down and then we can decide what we want to jump into. Because even though we got another PLE, still want to talk about before the show shuts us down. But they have a countdown match. Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace versus JC Jane and Jasmine Nix. I don't really have feelings about that. That's kind of like, okay, that's why I go to the bathroom and get some snacks. That's what kind of when that's going to happen. I'm just being honest about it. That's not. I'm not really here for that. I can't imagine anything good coming out of that match. I don't see what could happen. If Natalya was in that match instead of Ariana Grace, I still don't see any real good reason to go down this road. I don't get where we're going with this. I don't really see it. So
The only thing I would say about the match is watch Jasmine Nix. I think she's a future star. You can mark it July 4th, 2024. Big Mike said Jasmine Nix is a future star in the WWE.
Question: did you watch her on Tuesday night?
I did.
You watched her match.
Yep.
And you saw
she's still learning. She's got it.
I needed you to fix that real quick. Yes, sir.
Yeah, she's going to struggle. She's only been doing it for a year now, maybe. So she's still going to struggle. But just her, I guess, as the kids have started saying now, her aura and some of the moves she does, she's got it. Once she gets comfortable and once she gets going, she's a future star.
Okay, that's fair. I don't disagree with that. Absolutely. All right. So beside that, we got here the 5 matches. We got the NXT Tag Team Championship match. Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Why don't you guys have a team name yet? Face Chase University. Singles match for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Kalani Jordan's the champion facing Sol Ruka. Last chance match for the NXT North American Championship. This is the men. Over Fenley, the champion, facing West.
You're not taking that off all over. You're not taking the NXT.
Hey, wait, slow down, man. I ain't done with the rundown yet. Hold on, wait a minute. You need to relax. Singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, faces Lola Vice with a tearful, heartfelt story about her childhood and her grandma. And all right. Fatal 4-way match for the NXT Champion. I'm assuming it's going to be the main event for the NXT Championship. Trick Williams, the champ, facing Javon Evans, Ethan Page, and the chairman, Sean Spears. All right. So now things have changed a little bit since the black and yellow.
Black and gold.
Maybe you don't feel sure it wasn't black and yellow?
It was black and gold.
You sure?
Yeah.
It was gold.
Black,
black and yellow. They called it black and gold.
Yeah, they
I graduated from Crayola University with a sum cum laude.
Sure? I mean, it was yellow, but they called it black and gold. So to be fair, you're both right.
I think they were getting in trouble with Pittsburgh.
I'll play Pittsburgh.
I don't want to do that. Pittsburgh, I got nothing against y'all. Don't bother me with that nonsense. But, okay, so black and gold, fine. Something's changed since then with their PLEs. I don't know what it is. Something's just different. Before, when I was watching them, every single match had me completely invested. I'm talking about the first match on the card all the way to the main event. I'm talking about the days of Ciampa and Gargano, and I was just in all the way.
Oh yeah.
The past few of these PLEs, there's a match that I'm like, my eyes are half closed on, and the other ones I'm just totally into. I'm like, have you guys noticed the same thing too? Just
it's a lot of new people coming in. Yeah, they just got rid of Mello. They got rid of Braun. They got rid of Elia. Davenport. They got rid of a lot of big names to the main roster. I mean, Dijak's gone. He's in the Indies again. There's a lot of guys and females that are gone out of NXT. So you're seeing a lot of the developmental people come up, and it's not as flashy right now. But like what Big Mike said, man, it's going to be, either next year or the year after that. That's when NXT is going to heat up once again, But right now, Trick is doing a fantastic job in the new era as your champion. But you're right. It's not as investing as the black and gold era where, your matches, you had one of the best ring announcers out there doing it, building you up. Now you got Vic and Booker T.
Me and the wife argued about that Booker T thing all night. The sound that he makes, I'm like, dude, just stop making a noise. It's really awkward.
But you're not a fan of the shucky ducky quack quack?
That's fine. I've heard that for years. I'm like, Vic, I told you, Vic.
That's what throws me off with Booker T.
I don't want that in my Tuesday nights. That's just me though. It's personal. That's just me. I love Booker.
No, I get that.
But this is weird to me though. I want to get into you guys what match you guys are invested in. But it's weird to me because if you have that kind of wealth of talent, which they did, you named about 7 people that got called up. So that means you're doing something right.
Oh yeah.
It's like you're gonna take a hit for quite a while because you let everybody go. All your top draws, you let them all go. And honestly, nothing against Trick. I know people love him,
He's great.
And when that music plays and that drum beat hits,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's already invested. People from 15 years old to 60 years old up there dancing, talking about whip that trick.
Oh yeah.
They locked in. But to me, it's like there's not a beside him. There's not a whole lot, and it's like you need some. You understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense? You need some of that guys that Star Talent them guys had. You need some of that to help you get to the next level. And you swept the whole house clean. Let everybody get out of there like a Dijak. I mean, honestly, if he stayed, it wouldn't have been what I'm talking about, but it would have been better. I knew Melo was out of here. I knew that already. Can't keep the Mad Dragon out here. That's my favorite wrestler right now, and he's awesome. You couldn't keep him there very long. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, and then all the list of people who was getting called up that were like had star power. It's like, what do you have left? I'm not super thrilled with what's left, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to watch this pay-per-view, but I'm not super thrilled with what's left. So we can get into who you like here, but I'm with the tag team match, I'm struggling with that. I'm like, do I
you got to give it to Chase.
Do I really care who wins? These guys even got a team name. They're not even invested in each other yet.
Well, they call themselves the Supersonic Duo.
When'd you hear that? Like one time?
Once.
They don't say that every week.
They call themselves that.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's the problem.
They call themselves that. That's why you give it to Chase U. They're an actual team. You know, you don't got Power Ranger meeting freaking, Captain Jack Sparrow lookalike guy.
I ain't feeling it, man. I'm sorry. And right now, she has to do a heel turn, or I'm just done. She has to heel turn. I can't watch no more of that. She got a heel turn. She has to.
Yeah, and I think they're kind of in a corner with her because I don't think they let her drop the title so quick after losing it. Yeah. But I mean, I'm with you. I kind of like to see her better as a heel. Just the whole, really can't do any wrong kind of babyface kind of thing.
She ain't John.
There's a lot of it there. Yeah, she doesn't play that off very well. I think her, turning heel, and this would be a good place to do it because Sol Ruca is probably one of your biggest faces. In as far as the mid card in NXT, she's probably one of your bigger female faces.
No doubt.
So this would be a good time to do it. Maybe she gets frustrated because she can't pull Sol Ruca away and then cheats to win at the very end, something like that.
I hope she does. I don't care how she does. Just do it because it's needed so bad. Just do it. This is not working. And we talked about Roxanne Perez too. That's not working either.
It's Cora Jade when she comes back.
Oh,
it's Cora Jade's work.
She doesn't have to work hard to do that. She does heal so well. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to fake it.
Yep.
Like we're seeing right now with these promos. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh no, I'm telling you.
I'm struggling with her too. But
and see, the problem I'm having with the Roxanne match is I don't believe the Lola Vice thing. I mean, she went from being a bad guy, 3 weeks ago, and now she's crying in the ring, trying to be a good guy, talking about her grandmother and all that. And I get it. If that's her real story, I appreciate that. But you were just a heel like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now you're crying in the middle of the ring. No, stay a heel. I mean, it can be heel on heel, and you can both go at it. I don't mind Roxanne as a heel. I don't think she's the best one, but I don't mind her there. But I mean, I can't get into it because of Lola. I'm not a fan of what she's doing right now.
They could have built Lola up after that UFC fight they had, back at the Apex Arena. They could have built her up as the baddest woman in NXT, but I mean, it's gone hard left.
Do you recall what I was talking about with AEW? Remember what I was talking about with the story build and the lack of it? These guys don't have anywhere near. If you go right now, look up the NXT full roster. You're gonna be hard pressed to find solid talent.
Oh yeah,
across the board. You don't have the luxury that AEW had. They have so many people.
Oh yeah,
I don't agree with it, but I see why they do it. You don't have that luxury. You had plenty of time to build up Lola Vice. You couldn't find another contender to face Roxanne Perez out of all that whole roster. I can find you 3.
Yeah.
See, I think this card would have been a lot better if they would have swapped Lola Vice and Sol Ruca and then had that natural heel face dynamic. Let Lola stay heel. Let her go against Kalani. That way, even if she stays face, she can try to build up a little bit, and then let Sol Ruka go with Roxanne to where you've got your champion heel against a big baby face, so it gives you that kind of difference. I think that would have been a better card than the way they've got it if they'd have just swapped those two.
They could have put anybody else in that spot for the most part. If what the call was healthy, she could have gotten that spot. If Gigi was healthy, she could have been in that spot. You have a list of people you could have used instead of what you actually did.
Yeah, and that's something we didn't talk about is, you've got the injuries. You've got JC Jane, who's just coming back. She's going to be a big time heel when she gets back in, to going. She really had one kind of match. She's got the tag match going on, but she's just coming back from her nose injury from getting her nose broken. You've got, Cora Jade, who's out. You've got, and you just said her name, and I can't think of it. But there's a lot of women that are out right now that are going to be coming back on there.
Dolan.
Yeah, Gigi Dolan. So I mean, you've got a lot of people that should be coming back in the next few months, where the product will get a lot better. Plus, you've got Julia coming in, probably in the next couple of months. That's going to give you a lot of experience. It's experience over in Japan, but she's a very experienced wrestler. She's really great. She'll spend some time there before she goes to the main roster, so that'll give you some more experience. So there's more coming. But yeah, it can be hard to watch in some, like we talked about in the last pay-per-view, that ladder match, while it was good, you could tell it was there for a lot of those women's first ladder match ever.
It's tragic because most of their faces are people who there's no shot of them getting any gold on them because they're so green. Look at all the faces they got, like the Carly Brights, the Brinley Reese. They got no shot. They can't be in that match at all, and you dug a hole for yourself by letting people go prematurely, I guess maybe you could say. I mean, I don't know. But, all right, so is there any match on here that you guys are excited about? I'm hoping for the best. That's where I'm at with this pay-per-view. How about you guys?
So, as per usual, I'm always excited about Obafemi.
That's what I was going with.
I'm the biggest Obafemi fan. I know.
God.
I hopefully he beats Wesley and they don't give it back to us. I with the way he had to drop the title, it scares me. I don't think they will, and I hope they don't, because I think Obafemi should stay champion. The only thing I would say, and I heard somebody say this the other day, if for some reason Obafemi drops the North American title, he will be Trick Williams' next opponent, probably whatever pay-per-view they have to stand and deliver before SummerSlam or something like that. And then maybe he takes the belt off Trick. So, but I don't think they should take it off him. I think they should keep that on Oba, let him grow a little bit more, let him continue being dominant.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always excited to see what new things, especially with the way he can throw Wes around.
Yes,
he threw him around in the triple threat. He's going to do a lot of the same of that. Wesley's not afraid to take some crazy bumps, so I think that match will be really exciting.
That's the
one I'm looking forward to the most.
That's the one I was going with. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm there too. I mean, I pretty much slammed everything else that we had. That was all that was left.
And I will say, I have one thing different from what you guys said earlier. I think I heard both of you say you think Trick's going to win. I think Trick loses. A lot of because of the point you just made. I think they give it to Ethan Page because he's got the experience and he can be that heel. He can go through and give experience to all the other guys who are less experienced and kind of give them a shot and bring them up to that level before he drops the title. And he can make the title kind of bigger because of him coming from AEW. He's got the experience. He can be the big heel. Shawn Spears just hasn't been that
ever.
I think you can pair him with somebody. I think you should pair him with the guy that's been doing the run-ins who supposedly got released. Not Josh Briggs, but his partner. I can't think of the guy's name.
I know who you're talking about.
Brooks Jensen. Yeah, they should pay. He should be kind of his mentor with his kind of crazy gimmick. I think that would be a good spot for Shawn Spears. I thought that's where they were going to go with that, with him, kind of the cryptic promos he was cutting a couple of weeks ago. That would have been easy to pair him with Jensen to kind of let him be a mentor and let them be a tag team kind of thing. Let both of them kind of go that way. But I think it's Ethan Page.
Okay, I hope that happens because that's best for business. But you guys good on Heatwave? Ready to go to Money in the Bank?
Yep, that's about it.
We got some comments coming through already. The Alpha said I saw part of the Money in the Bank qualify yesterday. Which one did you see, sis? Just know that. I missed the Attitude Era. You and me both. I was never really a raunchy, vulgar guy or whatever. I mean, had my day back, back when I was younger, but I wasn't really Attitude Era though. I was all about it. It was must see television for me. I would watch that thing, wouldn't miss a Monday night or whatever. I was all in. So I don't know if it's coming back. People speculate it might be coming back with Netflix, but I don't know.
I think we're gonna get an Attitude Era-esque. It's not gonna be full Attitude Era 2.0, but it's gonna be like a mixture of, yes, they're gonna be allowed to say the F word, they're allowed to be able to say the S word, and other stuff like that.
You like that one, don't you?
We won't finally get the bleeps.
Yeah, my favorite part is they won't censor the crowd. I still think, and I think we talked about this last week a little bit maybe, but I think the wrestlers will still have, handcuffs on them of what they can say, because they still want to gear it towards kids a lot of times. They don't want to, kind of alienate that fan base. So I don't think you're going to come out having people say, F this, F that. They'll use it sparingly, kind of the same way they do now. But the main thing is you won't hear the cuts when the crowd starts chanting. And that just takes away from the whole show.
Yeah, we're not getting bra and panty matches like we did 20 plus years
ago. No, okay? We're
not getting the mud wrestling matches like I saw as a child. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting that anymore. So everyone should get that out of their head real fast. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So there's Herb asked a fantastic question. I want to touch that before we shut that thing down. We're gonna come back to that question. Plus some other comments about Money in the Bank, but. Here we are. Here are the matches that we have. Everybody's locked in. We talked again. Big Mac and I talked again last week about the 5-match PLE. I'm like, here we go. 5 matches. If somebody's paying for this, it's like 5 matches. At least with AEW, you're gonna get 12 matches at least. You can get 2 or 3 on the countdown show or 0 hour, and then you get 8 or 9 matches. More bang for your buck, I guess. We got 5 matches again, but if you guys want to predict anything out of the matches, talk through some of the storylines embedded in each one. Let's do it. This is the time. We'll try to run this down and then go ahead and shut down for the day. So
real quick before, why are we having the WWE champion in a 6-man tag team match?
Because they're setting up SummerSlam.
Well, no, I get that.
That's really all it is.
But you could run a different angle. Let him wrestle. Let him defend the title. Build the credibility as a top champion. Because right now, I'm looking at that Damian Priest, like I said off screen, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins match. And that's going to be the match that Seth Rollins puts over Priest, makes him look like a legitimate, champion. And then he gets his butt whooped by Gunther. But, that's the match to watch.
I don't know that's what happens.
Everybody's going to hate my comments, so I probably shouldn't even say anything.
No, go ahead.
Because nobody's going to like. I don't know anybody's going to say, you know what, Mr. U, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to happen to anybody that's listening or anybody on this panel right now. I don't care about Cody Rhodes, man. I'm
that's
over
fair.
it, bro.
It is fair. Yeah, I am
over it. When it's the same thing about Sammy. When it happened, Sammy beat Gunther. And when Cody Rhodes beat Roman, I was in it for that. I was with the story, the build-up, because I was a big fan of Dusty Rhodes and the American Dream, baby.
Oh,
yeah. Say about hard times. I was all down. I was down with that. I'm not down anymore. I'm off. I'm unhitching myself off of this wagon. I don't care anymore. If they put him in the match on this PLE, it wouldn't even matter to me. I wouldn't be like, oh wow, I wonder if Cody's gonna win. I don't care.
Well, see, that's part of the problem. That's part of the reason they're doing this, because you can put him in this match and they can try to build something to where you care about SummerSlam. They know you're not going to care about this match now because he doesn't have a credible challenger.
All I want to see him do is turn the heel. That's all I want. Because
that'll probably happen down the road.
I hope it's not that far down the road. Because this right here, I'm enough for this. I'm good with this. I had enough. What else can you do? What else can you show me?
Nothing right now.
Once you hit the pinnacle, see, this is what happened when it's a creative writing 101. You finish the story. Now what you gonna do?
Well, they're gonna pull.
Now what?
If Rome, and I know Roman's not coming back, so the chances are Randy turns on. Not at Money.
He's not coming back now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Not at Money in the Bank.
Yes, he is coming back, sir.
But like the chances of Randy turning on Cody in this match and walking out or RKOing him to let Solo pin him or whatever is pretty freaking high. You know, you saw the look that he gave him when he was like, I could be defending this title against someone credible. And Randy was like, he's right.
He can still do that without them having to take the L. He can do it after they win the match. He can still do that.
Yeah, but they've got to take the L.
They do got to take the L to build credible to this Timu version of the Bloodline.
Yeah, if the Bloodline don't get the win here, then all of the story that they've been trying to build is gone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and to me, other than that match is probably the most predictable in my eyes. But other than that, this is probably the most unpredictable pay-per-view that they've had in a while.
I think Braun Breaker kills Sammy, honestly.
I agree.
I'm a big Braun Breaker fan.
And I think that as well. So I think, Mr. U, I think you'll be kind of happy coming out of here because I think Sammy loses his title in this. Because I don't think they stop Braun Breaker with everything they've been doing with him. I don't think they let him lose here. I think that would be crazy.
Strap a rock and then let him fly, man. Strap a rock.
I mean, and then you could have him and Sheamus because they've been building the him and Sheamus. Then you have him and Sheamus for the IC title at SummerSlam because that gives you the story that Sheamus has never won the IC title. Then you got the unstoppable Braun Breaker there, so that makes a decent storyline match for those two. I personally think, and this is just me, I don't know that I would be right. This is more what I want to happen than what I think may happen. But I think Seth Rollins may win. I think Seth Rollins takes the belt. I think Finn Balor costs Damian Priest on Saturday by accident. I don't think he does it on purpose. I think they keep sowing those seeds to where the Judgment Day are fractured, not necessarily broken. Because he's already said, I don't want you out there. I don't need your help. I don't want your help. I think he comes out there anyway, tries to help, and accidentally messes up, and Priest loses. For two reasons, because I think that progresses that storyline, and two, I think the money match at SummerSlam is Gunther and Seth a lot more than Priest and Seth. Yeah. They always want those big time matches.
You're right about that.
I'm sitting here looking at this graphic. I see 4 people versus 3 people. That's what I see. So,
hold on, real quick. What if they really throw you a swerve? Okay, have McIntyre win that Money in the Bank briefcase. No Punk. Punk won't be in the stadium. He does cash in on either Priest or Rollins. Now you got McIntyre versus Gunther. Punk gets involved again, costs him the title. Now we got Punk the build up all the way up to WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, when they start beating each other up in the 30-man battle royale.
Yeah, but you're getting Punk and Drew at SummerSlam. There's no way you can't have that at SummerSlam. That Punk build is
Punk's cleared for that.
Yeah, he's cleared.
Okay,
he got cleared the other day. I don't think they finally announced it after the beatdown, but he's cleared.
Okay,
I don't know if he either costs him the ladder match and somebody else wins the ladder match. I don't know exactly who.
It's not going to be good.
Either that or he wins the ladder match and then he costs him the cash in, like you said. I think it's more likely that you let him cost him the cash in and somebody else wins it. That way you don't kill the briefcase the same night. Yeah. I know they've done that a few times in the past, but I don't know that they want to do that now. I think they want to get as much money out of the briefcase as possible. I think you give it either to Chad Gable or Jey Uso. One, because Jey Uso will sell a Yeet in the Bank case for $100.
Easy.
They'll sell millions of them.
Easy.
And then if it's Chad Gable, you can keep doing the Wyatt Six thing. Every time he tries to cash in, the Wyatt Six music hits and the lights go out and he can't cash in. So there's a lot of storyline there. I think it is going to be somebody from Raw.
What about LA Knight?
I think it'll be a Raw person because I think a SmackDown female wins.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll put them both on the same brand.
Chelsea Green's taking the female Money in the Bank. That's way too predictable.
I would say her or Tiffany Stratton. It could be one of the two because they can do the whole Tiffany gets the case.
Yes,
much like you said, Mr. U, with Bayley's title run not being that great, put the title on Nia at SummerSlam, and then you have the whole Tiffany, Nia Jax, the way they've been trying to be friends. Now Tiffany's got the briefcase. Nia Jax is champion. Do they? Don't they? Does she hold it? Does she turn on her friend?
Now you thinking like me now. Now we here. That's where I'm at.
So it could be either one of those two. I don't see anybody else winning it, but they always like to throw a curveball in somewhere. So that's why I said it's unpredictable. I would love to see Andrade win. I think he deserves
the curveball. He's the curveball. If they throw that shit, they throw it for
my buzzer out of it.
Hey, listen, I caught myself that time. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's show one. He'll get better.
I'm sorry.
He's catching
I'm
it.
used to it. I caught
Yeah,
myself.
but
on that one.
okay, quick question, because I don't know if I have any commentary about the matches. I agree with everything you guys said. I like the idea about Seth winning and getting cashed in on. I think it's a great idea. I would love to see that. But Jay and LA Knight, man, how much can you blow it? They blowing this thing for as much as you can blow it. I mean, LA Knight was hotter than fish grease, and now it's like they won't.
Yeah, but he's gonna have one of the bigger matches at SummerSlam against Logan Paul.
Yeah, he's gonna.
He's probably going to get the U.S. title at SummerSlam, so he's still going to get his.
Yeah, it's theoretical though. That has to happen though, because right now he probably should have had the title long before now.
Oh,
Why did they not put the title on him in that moment? It was weird that they made the calls that they made, but I hope that happens. That'd be great. Well, but it has to happen though. It can't be I missed it. Same thing with Jay. I mean, you got to. This guy's been single for a while. I don't mean in his dating life. I mean single as a wrestler. I mean, put some gold in that man. I mean, the guy is like turning the crowds out every time he steps out there. I'm like, you got to give them some time to shine, man. I'm kind of ready for them to get a shot. See what they can do with it. We don't even know, and it's been quite a while on both of their accounts. They've been here for a while. They've been here for more than a year, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know what they can do. And it's like, man, give them a shot. As much as I like Andrade, I don't want to see that happen in this situation right here. That means it'll be a longer delay.
Yes.
Not going to see them get any chance to have that championship shine. And it's like it's kind of due. Gable had his shot. I don't see him getting this W here. If he does, I'm gonna fall out of my chair probably.
I would love it.
See, I'd like to see him and Gunther run back if he wins the briefcase and Gunther wins at SummerSlam, because they had a lot of really good matches for the IC title.
They really did.
Why y'all doing this to me, man?
No, the only reason why they would, if they don't throw the briefcase on Jey Uso right now, is because of the whole Bloodline, OG Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0 storyline that's about to come up. I mean, you're gonna have Jimmy come back, get beat down, and then one of these days, the new Bloodline is going to go attack Jay, and then those two are going to come back, and you're going to hear the old Uso theme come on. The roof's going to blow off. Sammy's going to get involved somehow, and then you're going to hear Roman's theme to pick up the pieces when everybody else gets their butt beat down. I don't see anybody taking down Jacob Fatu right now, man. God.
And the thing, man, there's still more of them out there. It's the scary part.
So much.
Yeah, Zilla Fatu is still sitting out there, and that was his tag team partner in the Indies, so he's still out there somewhere.
And see, I got to watch Jacob and Emma.
I think his contract is done too. I think I read that his contract was done when he's out.
Yeah.
So
that could be a Royal Rumble.
I don't know who the old Bloodline will get. Who didn't get Rikishi? I mean, I don't know.
No. There's rumors going around saying it's going to be Sammy, Jimmy and Jay, and then Roman as your four. Because they're going to bring back Sammy as the honorary Uce, type of deal again. And then that's the rumors going around right now. I don't know if Sammy goes back to SmackDown. They're going to have to make some weird changes for that.
They do it all the time. It's not even.
Well, if they do it for a War Games, you don't have to worry about it because they can just come over to help them on the pay-per-view.
You're right about that. Yeah, because
they'll still be outnumbered. They need more than just Sammy.
They need more than just freaking Jimmy and Jay. They got 75 other guys still wrestling right now in the Indies.
If we're talking about War Games and Survivor Series, who are they going to get back there? They got to get more than that. So
I'll tell you kind of my fantasy booking. I put this out to somebody the other day. So you get Zilla Fatu. So you have 5 on the new Bloodline. You get Roman and the Usos. You've got 3. And this whole thing with Cody, I think somehow KO and Randy Orton can get taken out. Roman and Cody come together. Say, look, we've got to deal with this. We've had our issues. We're going to come together. But see, you only have 4. There's another person. It's all about family, right? Dustin Rhodes, whose contract I think may be up with AEW, could always come in and be their 5th and keep it in the family. And then you go your separate ways. You have that big blow off there and at SummerSlam, and then you're good to go.
I don't think Dustin wants to come back to the WWE though.
Yeah, he's had some tweets and stuff though that he's had, and I've noticed on his on his X or Twitter that he's had some stuff that looks like he may be going in a different direction than AEW.
Yeah,
He's always wanted to end his career with his brother.
Yeah.
So if he has one more run, get him back in WWE. You can put him in the Hall of Fame as Goldust. Come WrestleMania season, you let him do the storyline where he comes in and saves his brother in the bloodline. They kind of patch things up for a while until they decide to go at it again. But you're the enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's played forever. And then you have your 5-on-5 at War Games.
I just know they messed up as soon as they hit.
Find somebody else.
Find somebody else.
By the time we come back on, find somebody else other than somebody last name Rose and somebody other than Sammy. Just find somebody else. Find somebody else in the family that will get.
He was part of the family.
On woman's side. No.
Sammy was part of the family.
No,
look at what he did with the OG bloodline.
Anybody feeling that, and neither are you. I'm talking about bloodline. That's what this is about. War game, right? This is bloodline. That's not going to get the job done. So,
they could always bring Zilla in on the other side and let him join Roman and the Usos and be 4-on-4.
Yeah,
okay, that makes sense to me.
That would be nice.
Not no Rose. Let's move
He's
on.
Not as nuts. He's not as nuts as his brother, though, man. Come on, Jacob. That dude ran MWL. All right, straight up as world heavyweight champion. He has more final boss energy than Solo. And that's what separates those two right now. Everyone's gonna love Jacob for 2. Everyone's gonna forget about Solo at the end of this.
But see, that's the point. Solo had that when he was in the bloodline because everybody talked about him being the enforcer there. He's trying to play the mob boss. He's trying to play the leader. So he has gotten less physical in his matches to fit that character, which is why the aura seems like it's going away. If you had him as the head of the table now and he was still coming out in just the fighting shorts, the hands taped, instead of trying to come out in suits and stuff like because Roman didn't even do that. And he still had a t-shirt and regular jeans on or whatever.
Yeah.
But now he's trying to come out in the suits and everything else, trying to be that mob boss type. That's the problem with his character is it's just such a break from what we were so used to that he's trying to be something he's not. And that's where the disconnect is. And I think that's part of the story is he's supposed to be that because they don't want people they want people chanting, we want Roman. They want all this. So they've made that character to be like he's a pretender so it can build that.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. So we got a few more comments and we're going to take that last question from the Herb and Raj podcast. We're going to go ahead and shut it down. So here's what we got so far. Lady Alpha said, I saw Ivy Now perform a beautiful double bulldog on Dakota Kai and Zoe Stark. She was going to win after that. Same thing. Herb says, definitely not a triangle. No one loves Herb. Oh, come on, man. Stop it. They love you. We love you. I was totally convinced she had it after the German suplex. Herb said, Mike does not love Herb. Don't be fooled. Yo, you know what? Y'all need to work that thing out once we get off.
I'll reserve comment on that.
You need to y'all need to go in and handle that situation like for real. It's like what he said. I'm starting to feel bad for her, but Mike, you don't love her for real? Here's Herb's question: what's your favorite and least favorite people? It's getting late in the evening, guys. What's your favorite and least favorite pay-per-views? And then we'll close the show out for today, man. We had fun so far too. But what's your favorite and least favorite? It's a good question, man. The favorite one is easy for me. I think. Are we picking years or just the name?
I would just do in general.
Yeah, because I can't pick the specific ones. We'd be here all night.
And I think honestly, probably our favorite may all be the same one because it's probably one of the more popular ones. If I had to guess,
I don't think I don't think I had the bandwidth to even try to dig into it. I like so many of them for different reasons, different matches. But I love Mania out of all of the ones that they do.
Okay,
I routinely love Mania, except going back to WrestleMania 2 and 3. I don't know if I felt the same way then. It was different. I was younger. I saw things differently. But WrestleMania is my favorite out of all of them. My least favorite. Wow. Oh, wow. I love Slam. I'm probably going to say Survivor Series. I never really enjoyed it that much. And the matches that were non-Survivor Series matches, I never really enjoyed them. They always felt like they were just like throw-ins.
Yeah.
You almost knew that it was a title match, that belt wasn't getting passed. It was just kind of academic. focus was on Survivor Series. The rest was just filler to fill out the pay-per-view. That's kind of how I feel. So I guess it's, you know, excluding all the new ones that are coming up now that they're adding in here, I would say least favorite Survivor Series. How about you guys?
So I would agree with you on least favorite, only because the way WWE handled them for so long. Because you would have them either like right before, or right after the draft, and it's like, hey, I just got to this brand, but now I'm fighting for this brand. So I think that like back in the 80s when it was a true Survivor Series and you had storylines involved, I think they were really good. I think in the 2000s and maybe the 2010s, it kind of took a turn with the brand split and everything like that. I think since they have gotten War Games involved the last, 2-3 years, I think it has gotten better. So I think it is on an upswing, but yeah, they've definitely kind of ruined Summer or Survivor Series for me over the past 15 years or so. But my favorite, and honestly, the one I thought you were going to say, my favorite pay-per-view every year, bar none, is the Royal Rumble. I love the surprises. I love everything about the match. You always get some comedy in there. You've always got some really good spots. There's always storyline. It leads up to WrestleMania. It starts that big time in wrestling for WrestleMania season.
Okay.
So it's kind of that kickoff, first pay-per-view of the year. So that's always been my favorite.
Oh, that's a good option. That's a good choice. How about you, Spade?
I've always loved Elimination Chamber. You chose WrestleMania.
Wow.
You went with Royal Rumble. I've always loved Elimination Chamber. You know,
All right.
Eric Bischoff's brainchild come to life. It was always like a horror movie, you know, when you were a kid with the actual steel grates and stuff like that instead of what they do with the platform now. But I've always loved the Elimination Chamber, and I like what they do with the female side now on it. I think that's actually really dope. Never really been a fan of Money in the Bank. Never really cared for it. You know, like, I get it. You're setting up the next person, and a briefcase can be in the back of someone's head. That's fine. But the build up is always subpar. It's just like King of the Ring. You know, it was just like King of the Ring. You know, very subpar, and it's never a good build up to it. So it's like,
I don't miss that at all.
What?
King of the Ring.
Oh, me neither. Oh no, that was the worst 3 weeks of our life this year for WWE.
They did it better this year, though. They improved it this year.
Nah, I thought they could have done some of those matches like Breaker not being in it was stupid. You know, you threw a bunch of random people in. You know, and you had storylines that you could have built off of as well. Like, let's say you had Andrade thrown in there versus someone from the LWO, okay? And you could build off of that with Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. You can get 5-star matches on Raw each and every week, you know, for that to build up. Okay. Or look with Kaiser. You could build some of these guys up a little bit better. You know, I like how Gunther won it all, but I just wanted a little bit build up for the younger guys. You know, the guys that you're going to see be here for another 10 years. You know, like leaving Breaker off and putting Ilya on was kind of a slap in the face for everybody because you wanted to see Ilya. No, don't get that twisted. You wanted to see Ilya versus Braun in one of those rounds. You would have been like, holy crap on Monday Night Raw.
It ain't going to be no Mad Dragon slander on here tonight, is it?
Nah, no. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm saying we could have had those two guys in the second round beating the heck out of each other. And then winner goes on to face Gunther, and then that match would have been one bad mama jumba, you know, Braun or Ilya versus Gunther. That would have put seats in any arena around the world. You know, that's your headline. You know,
I got some good ideas for our next show together, and you guys give me some ideas. You talk about fantasy booking, we can have some fun with this.
Oh,
all
yeah,
right, man, well, it's time for us to shut it down, man. We had so much fun, man. Sped, awesome, man. Hope you enjoyed it enough to hang around and stick with us because we definitely enjoyed having you here, man. This was some good stuff right here. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers out there. We see you watching us. Hope you enjoyed the Thursday Night Triple Threat. Hope you're excited about the pay-per-views. Heatwave's coming up on Sunday, I believe it is, and Money in the Bank this Saturday. Hope you're excited about it. Hope you're watching. Take notes. Want to hear from you guys the next time we get together. But thanks again. And, of course, Lady Alpha, close us out as well. Thank you, man. Appreciate you so much. Great show as always, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And, guys, anything to say before we cut out of here? To our fans.
Love you, Herb.
We do love you, Herb. Have a great day, guys. Thank you again. Keep watching that wrestling, baby. Let's go.